Yeah, obviously it's pretty cool that we get to play them again. It's cool getting to this game. Um, I think I was in there with Smitty. He kind of said it best. They're just kind of the next opponent in our way of getting to our end goal. To beat the best, you got to beat the best. And I'm excited for this opportunity. I'm excited for this matchup. Playing in games like this is what you always dream of.
Is there one thing you think of when you think back to that Super Bowl?
It was a really cool experience. I can't say there's just one thing I think about. You think about it here and there. You just never sure up until this point if it was your one time that you're going to get there, have that opportunity. But I don't really think about it too much anymore. You kind of try to be where your feet are in the present, and going back to it's obviously really special and really cool. Think a little bit about what you did the last time, what you can do differently, but it's just trying to be where your feet are.
How long did it take you to get over it?
Yeah, it stung for me. It took a while. Like I said, the opportunities of making it to the Super Bowl are few and far in between. Thankful I get to get back, but that whole offseason, up until the next season started, really, you were kind of thinking about it, thinking about how it could have went different, thinking about being on the other side of it, and now we have the opportunity to do that.
Dallas, you were the first player the Eagles drafted after they won the Super Bowl in 2017. What were your thoughts at that time, if you remember? And did you watch the Eagles win the Super Bowl in 17?
Yeah, I remember watching them win it. It was cool. I was rooting for them. It was an awesome game. And then to be drafted here right after that, my initial thoughts were, I'm gonna win a lot of these things. The way the team talked about it when I got here, making the playoffs, making the little bit of run I had my rookie year. It seemed like it was an expectation to get there. To be able to make two of them in 7 years is pretty special. But as a rookie, I thought I was going to be there that year.
When Nick had that meeting and told you all to visualize the play, what was the play that you visualized?
I got a lot of different ones. For me, I was actually visualizing just stuff in the future. I was visualizing making a play in this game, making a play in the playoff game. I do a lot of that when I go to sleep every night. I'm thinking about my favorite play in the game plan, how it can turn out. Sometimes they come to fruition, sometimes they don't. I remember visualizing with Saquon about the first play last week, and he said, I don't see why we can't score on it. And, I visualized that one a lot, and, that one came true. So I'll be doing a lot of visualization over the next week and a half here.
The last time you were in the Superdome, you had your career performance. Did you feel like that was the turning point for you guys for the season, or after that game, were you thinking that maybe, okay, this is where we can get going?
We had a lot of obstacles to overcome this year. That was one of them. We lost Schmitty. We lost Lane in that game. AJ wasn't playing. Up until playoffs, me, Schmitty, and AJ have only played one game together, and that was the first game of the year. So we knew once we all got healthy, once we got back together, the possibilities were endless. I think we had really high expectations, over the last 3-4 years, places this team can go. And, I'm just proud of this team for being able to make it happen.
Was there any point during the season where you thought, yeah, we can do this?
It kind of goes back to when we traded for AJ the last time we went to the Super Bowl in the offseason when we signed Saquon. I feel like that gave us all a boost. I knew that would be a big part to this team. I feel like I knew we'd have a chance to be special very early, but it takes daily deposits. It takes the work every day to be able to get to that position. Nothing's given in this league, and just the way the team, the coaches handled everything, put us in great positions.
You just put up 55 in the NFC Championship. Do you feel like you guys are peaking? You said what you said about not being together all year. You feel like you are peaking right now?
Yeah, I think we played a lot of good football this year. But I know this team, offensively, defensively, special team. We want the big one. That's the goal. At the beginning of the season, you don't talk about it much because there's so many steps to get there. But yeah, this is going to be fun.
You guys don't play each other, but tight ends are, you guys tight end university. Just having that matchup with Travis, does that give you any extra incentive anyway?
Not overly to anything. You know, I wanna do whatever I can to help this team win. If the ball comes my way, that's great. If I'm doing it in the blocking game, that's great. If I'm running people off, clearing people for other people, you know, that's great too. But you know, I got a tremendous amount of respect for Travis. It's fun to watch him. It's fun to see what he can do year in, year out. He's obviously one of, if not the best to ever do it. But like you said, I don't play him. You know, I'm not competing against him individually for anything. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to help the team win.
What have you learned from Travis?
He when he gives his spiels at tight end university, you know, I really pay attention. It's cool. He's got so much freedom in their offense that he can make plays in many different ways. You know, it's not just a deep cross getting to 10, going over. You know, if he feels space, he finds it. Him and Mahomes have a great connection where they're kind of always on the same page. And, you know, that's kind of what I've tried to instill in Jalen. You know, stick with me. If you need me, I'll be there. And, you know, just make plays.
You won another of those Angry Run Awards from Kyle. Yeah, I remember talking to you when you hurt your forearm. You said you'd want to ease that up, but you didn't want to ease it up. Is that just something that happens in the moment?
Yeah, it definitely happens in the moment. You know, this time come, missed some games this year. I've been hungry to get back out there. And, you know, with all these games being win or go home, you know, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure we're not going home. So, yeah, you know, I think being physical, punishing defenders, it gets me excited, it gets the fans excited, and it gets the team excited. So anytime you can get a spark with a game of football with so many changes of momentum, if you can get the momentum on your side, I feel like good things always happen.
You said in 2018 you thought, oh, I'm going to go to a bunch of these Super Bowls. 2 in 7 years or 8 years is good, but do you realize how hard it is to get here now, you know, all these years later, how tough it is to get to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I definitely don't take this lightly. You know, even making the playoffs, things like that. I got a lot of friends that I trained with, met throughout the league that, you know, some of them still haven't made their first playoff appearance. Some of them made one. Some of them don't have any wins. You know, we're lucky here that, you know, I've been able to make 6 out of 7 playoffs. But that's just the culture we have here. I know it takes a lot of work to get there. You don't take them lightly, and when you get the opportunity, you want to make the most of them.